While Amazon's Kindle sales in China were doing great, not all of its businesses were. Its e-commerce business in China couldn't compete with other Chinese e-commerce giants like Alibaba. And while Amazon has recruited lots of Chinese sellers on its main Amazon.com platform, that's caused its own problems, including banned, unsafe, and mislabeled products. But the biggest danger for Amazon in China, and for all of us, is its cloud computing business, Amazon Web Services, or AWS. AWS is now one of the largest providers to Chinese companies globally. And that's a big problem. Amazon started having issues with AWS in China in 2016. That's when the Communist Party said only Chinese companies could be licensed to provide cloud services in China. So Amazon did the same thing other foreign companies did. They handed off their cloud computing technology to local Chinese companies. That way, they could still operate AWS in China. The Chinese companies, not Amazon, were responsible for monitoring and taking down illegal content, collecting and reporting basic information of customers, and working with PRC authorities. So the Chinese companies could do the Communist Party's dirty work, and Amazon could keep selling their cloud services in China. Great idea. And that worked until 2018, when China's Ministry of Public Security demanded that Amazon censor a Chinese dissident. The Ministry of Public Security threatened to retaliate against Amazon unless it removed content and blocked a website it hosted in the United States for Guo Wengui. Guo Wengui, also known as Miles Guo, is a Chinese billionaire who fled to the US and launched a media network that's critical of the Chinese regime. According to Amazon's internal document, Amazon refused to censor Guo, but they did something arguably worse. The company asked Guo to take an action that exposed the dissident's IP address, and they gave the IP address to the Ministry of Public Security. Wow. Now, whatever you think of Guo Wengui, that's not important here. It doesn't matter who the Communist Party was targeting. The point is, Amazon was willing to give the party a Chinese dissident's IP address, especially when Guo was in the US at the time. According to Amazon's internal document, Jay Carney was advised to tell the Chinese regime they shouldn't make requests like that for data stored outside China. But it's not clear whether Carney brought this up with Chinese officials at all. In any case, Amazon's actions don't seem to have overly upset the Communist Party. Amazon has been allowed to expand their cloud services in China, including to major Chinese companies like ByteDance, which owns TikTok, and Hikvision, which makes surveillance equipment. Like I said earlier, Amazon has the world's largest cloud computing service. We all use websites every day that rely on AWS. And Amazon has shown they're willing to at least partially cave to the Chinese Communist Party's demands. And that's dangerous for all of us outside China too. What happens if the Chinese regime demands even more information from Amazon in order to keep their business there?